Let's learn a new concept today. This thing is called elasticity of demand, right? So for people who been in already taken commerce as or economics in the plus two or the PU, I believe you must have heard of this thing called elasticity of demand. Say true or false, when a price of a product decreases, will the demand of the product will increase? Is it true or false? So what I was telling is when the the price of a product falls, what happens to the demand? Will there be any change? If so, how much? Right? So assume these are the four questions that we have. So first thing, three questions technically. When the price of a product falls, what happens to the demand? Uh, Assume we have silk, right? Rupees, the basic silk is something around 100 rupees. So assume, yeah, a silk of rupees 100, and you have rupees 500, right? So this is the price, and that is the money you have. Now, the next day, silk had the price of silk, I'm sorry. The price of silk had fallen down to, oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, fallen down to rupees 50. How many silks would you now buy? Helena and Nandini. I want actually all of her answers. Helena, first Helena.
10.
Helena, how much? Sorry?
10.
So you would buy 10 chocolates, is it? And earlier, how much would you buy?
5.
Earlier. Okay. Okay. You'll buy all the 500 silks only. I thought you'll buy one or two, dude. Okay. Cool. So earlierly, you used to purchase rupee only 5 units of chalks, right? Okay. And now you purchase 10 units of stock. है कि नहीं? Right? So what happened for the silk, the Cadbury guy? So for the Cadbury guy, right? Until unless I had 100 rupees as a price, only 5 units were being sold per person. But as soon as I decreased my price to 50, that means as soon as there is a decrease in price, what just happened to the demand of what just happened to the demand of the silk? I'm sorry, Nandini and Helena. As soon as the silk guy reduced the price from 100 to 50, what happened to the demand of the silk per person?
Increased.
Yes. So this is the same question I've asked you before showing this data. Okay. So if now I'm asking, so when the price of a product falls, the demand of that product increases. Is it true or false?
True. True.
True. That comes naturally, right? This happens naturally, right? There was no legal bound rule that you had to buy more, but you bought more. I didn't ask you to buy more. Right. So that is the natural way a human mind thinks when you bring in the concept of value and satisfaction. I have to pay a value for my satisfaction that I require. Right. So in paying a value and getting that satisfaction, how much would you what would you do to gain your maximum satisfaction? Right. How much are you willing to spend to gain maximum satisfaction? Right. So every rupee that we spend, we desire of maximum satisfaction. No? But are we really maximum satisfied by all the money that we spend? What if that's a boring movie, dude? What if that ice cream didn't turn out to be nice? Right? What if that biryani just fell down? Right? So every penny we, every rupee we spend, we are looking for satisfaction. And so in attaining this satisfaction, how does a human mind is influenced, right? Or how does a human mind behaves is the subject of economics. When you know that you pay a cost for your satisfaction. In attaining your satisfaction, how much would you go till, right? That is the science of economics. That is economic science, right? Like biology is the science of plants, right? And chemistry is the science of compounds and all of that stuff, right? And math is a language actually. Math is a language. That's why it's being used for coding, right? Math is a language. Like English is a language. Math is also a language, right? But science is natural occurring. This is another total subject. But math, English are all languages, right? That we created to build something, right? We build English, social, and like all of this English, Hindi, and Telugu, and every regional language to build the society. We've we've created mathematics to build technologies, right? So all the internet companies, all the e-commerce, all everything that is happening right now is happening on technology, right? So right away. So yeah, so that's what. So whatever as a consumer, right? Whatever as a customer or a consumer, we have we have bought more of the same quantity of goods. Like we bought more of the quantity, bought more quantity of the same good, just because the price went down. So that is the law of demand. Law of demand. So law means natural, right? What happens naturally? That's a law, right? So it's not the law that we created for administration and jurisdiction, but this law refers the whole. It's an even wider topic. Law is the like in a natural way. That's the law. If the sun rises in the east, that's a law, right? That's how they refer. So law of demand. So that is when we're talking about law of demand. So now describe law of demand, Nida, for the for our new classmates. Nida, explain करेगी
When
अपन
the
को. Yeah.
when the price of the product decreases, the quantity demanded increases.
When the price of the product decreases,
The quantity
decrease का
demanded
spelling बताओ.
increase. D E D E C R E A
हाँ.
S E S.
Okay, decreases. When the price of
The
the product decreases, okay.
the quantity demanded increases.
Yeah, man, the quantity demanded of that product, no.
Of that product
Yeah,
increases.
like to be specific, of that product increases, right? And what is
Yes.
the other rule?
And when the price of the product increases, the quantity
When
demanded will
the
decrease.
price of the product decreases, the quantity demanded.
Increases, sir.
Increases.
I'm sorry, da. Yeah, man. The quantity demanded, the quantity
Decreases.
demanded decreases.
Demanded decreases.
So
Of
understood
that
what is
product decreases.
bah, the quantity demanded of that right? That product decreases. Cool. So the price of the product increases, the quantity demanded decreases, and this is what we consider. Ta-da! Just a moment. Let me have some big thing. Law of demand. Right, guys? Helena and the other one, Nandini. You guys understood?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
This is called a law of demand, right? This is one natural thing. That's it. That's happening. Now, what we are worried about is something called elasticity of demand. Array, the demand works in a certain way, right? So demand is saying that yeah, if the price increases, if the price increases, if the price increases, the demand decreases. And if the price decreases, the demand increases. Okay, you're saying that yeah, if it will decrease, it will increase, it decrease, it decrease. But how by how much will it increase or decrease? Right? So assume if if the price of the product has decreased by 50%, right? यहाँ पे the price of the product have decreased by how much percent? You know how to find out that percent? I'll let you know. Just right away I'll tell you. So what is the difference in the price now? What is the difference in the price? What is the difference in the price? What is the difference in the price, guys? Names, numbers.
50.
Rupees 50. Are you
100.
sure?
50.
From rupees 100 to it became to rupees 50, no?
Yeah.
Yeah. And what is the original price?
100
100.
rupees.
Price is 100 rupees, rupees 100. So how do you find out a percentage of something? When we get 60 marks out of 100, what percentage did we score? If you get
Per.
60, yeah, if you get 60 marks out of 100
60%.
marks,
60%.
60%. The same way, just the same way is the percentage method for anything. How much do you want by how much is the total? Right. So here the total was what is the maximum price? Right. This is the previous price. So we say what is the previous price by what is the change in the price? Right. So 50 by 100. So 50, what is the difference in the price? By what is the original price is your formula too. So rupees 50 divided by 100 and into, that's how you do, right? Into 100 is how much? 50%. Right? So this is how you say something in the terms of percentage. Right? Oh, the price has decreased by 50%. Right? And how did you know that was decreased by 50%? You have noticed that there is a change, and how much is the change by how much is the original price? Right. So if this is the total, how much is this is that part of? If 50 is what has rupees 50 is what is decreased from the original price, how much does it denote? If rupees 30 has been decreased from the original price, how much is the change? If rupees 30 was decreased in the same question, how much is the percentage change?
30.
30%. Understood, Helena and Nandini?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Cool.
sir.
Right. So this concept. Now, okay, you're telling some mind wants to enter the. Okay, who else? Hi, Mamta. Hi, how are you? I've seen you. I've only entered you. Hey, so there's someone called Mind, dude. These are such nice names, no? Mind. Hey, Mind. Uh, can I get your details? What's up? What's your name, man? Yeah, you, Mind. I need your name, bro. The name, your name. Uh, okay. You don't want to tell your name right now? Chalo, हम class करते हैं. Right? So what we're talking about is a percentage change. How do you calculate a percentage for anything? For anything. How many marks did you get? 450. Right? And how much is the total marks? 1,000. Right? So how much percentage you got? 45%. Right? How many marks did you get in an average? 80, right? And how much is the total marks? 100. 80 by 100. So the whatever percentage you want, you get that number on the top, and how much is the total or the original price or the maximum price, you keep that as the base, the denominator. Right? That's when you find a percentage of something, because the 50 is the part of uh, yeah, the 50 is the part of the 100 itself, right? Chalo. Yeah, so the question was, okay, I have understood that when the price decreases, the demand increases, and the price increases, the demand decreases. But I want to know by how much is my demand increase or decreasing for a change in the price, for a percentage change in the price, right? I want to know, I want to measure how much is that, right? So to measure the change, they have named this concept called, they've named this concept called uh, by, yeah, cool. So, so to measure this change, right? So we were talking about, yeah, I've noticed a change, but I want to measure this change now. So that is the concept of elasticity, right? So if I'm tweaking the price here, how much is the change in the, how much is the change in the? Demand.
Demand.
Exactly. So if I'm change how, so for this much change in price, how much will be the change in the demand, right? For this for or if the price falls by this much percent or the price falls by this much percent, how much will the demand increase? Or if we rise the price, right? No product or service wants to be sold at a least price, right? It always wants to be sold at the maximum price, right? So if I want to increase the price of my product by say 30%, and my product is now 50 rupees, so 30% is another 15, right? So 65 rupees. Right. So, dude, so from 50 to I want to increase my product at 65 to 65 rupees. Right. So how much is the change? So from the price of 50 to rupees 65. How much percentage am I changing? That's the question, guys. And also the another question I want everyone to solve. Um, from 50 from rupees 50 to rupees 75 or not 75, 77, right? How much is the percentage change? Fast, all of you. And again you start doing. I'm just okay. I want the percentages changes for all of these things. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4, this is 5. Right? Can I get the answers of these? I want the percentage change. Yeah, guys. So am I audible? Yeah. Fastest fingers first. No, you have to tell it out, not fingers first. Fast, fast, fast.
15%.
How much?
15. 1 5.
One, 1 5 is it? Okay. Okay, next one.
27.
27 is it? Okay. Next one.
40. 40%.
Okay. Okay. Next one.
20%.
Wow. Okay.
35.
Okay. Chalo. So do I have any different answers or the same for all of them? Huh? Do I have any different answers or the same for all of them? Any different answers? Madam, sir. So I'll consider the same. Uh, can you? So who told me the first answer? Yeah. So how did you get this thing? Can I get the numbers? Fast, fast. Who told me the first answer, dude?
Me only, sir.
Who told us 15%? Hi, Bhavani. So yes, Bhavani, please. Just tell me the numbers, no?
What
Sorry?
number, sir?
Like, how did you get this 15%,
Didn't
dude?
understand.
How did you get this 15%? The steps. Yeah, steps. The steps. How did you get this 15%?
I deducted
Yeah.
65.
You deducted
50 from
65?
65, sir.
Okay, you deducted 50 from
50 from
65.
65.
Okay, that's all 50 you deduct from 65, no? And I told that. And you divided it by, and what did you do with the difference?
100.
And
Divided by
15 becomes,
100.
sir.
Is it divided by 100?
Into 100.
Into 100,
sir.
sir.
100. Into 100.
Okay, into 100, is it? Okay.
Into 100 divided by 100.
Into 100 divided by 100.
Yeah, maybe, sir.
Okay, how many of you agree with this thing? Anyone disagree? So that's how it is 15%, is it? Okay, any other answer? All of you have the same answer? Guys, come on, tell me. I'm considering all of you have the same answer. Okay, so let's just see what our formula was. The difference in the price by the original price. Here the original price was 100. But here what was the original price in the first scenario? Here what was the original price?
50.
From, yeah, you got that? So from the original price, how much did it change? Right? From the original price, how much more or how much more did it change?
23.07.
And how did I get that number?
65 by 50 into 100.
15 divided by 65 into 100.
Okay, so that is 65 minus 50 divided by 50, right? And into 100. And is my, how much?
30.
30% है क्या ये?
30%.
30%, right? So can I get the true answers for all the other stuff right away? So this is a stamp. Let's put a stamp. This is wrong. Right? This is
Second
wrong.
one is 54, so.
Second one is 54. Okay, where is the second one? Yeah, हाँ second one हाँ. क्या हुआ second one को 54 कैसे?
Third one is 80.
Yeah, second one is 54%. Everyone agree with the second one?
Yes, sir.
Cool. And third one is it?
80%.
Everyone with the third 80%? All of you cool with 80%?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, sir.
Fourth one? Hello da. Hello. Hello.
22.22.
22.22 is it?
Yeah, sir.
Cool. Yeah. And this one? This one?
50%.
50.
50%. Lovely. And what is this 50%? What is the name of this 50%? What is the name of this 50%, 22%, 80%, 54%, 30%? What are these?
Change of
What,
change
percentage change in price.
price.
Right.
Okay, so that is how you figure out. So now you want to control the price. You know, price controlling is in your hand only. No, the demand is not in your hand, but the price control is in your hand. So now you will think कि अब मुझे कौन सा तरीका, I'm sorry, what method should I use, right? How much price should I tweak for the demand that I want, right? So can I, so that's what we learn into this chapter, right? So how elasticity is, rubber band is elastic, no? right? So for the pressure you put, how much it will expand, right? So for some input, there is some result, right? So your input will always be the change in price, and you want to see how much will be the change in demand, right? Or there's a change in demand for someone. So there's already a change in demand, and you see by how much price change did we have this change in demand. Let's just go into the chapter. And so these are some few things you'll have to know, right? So as like finding out the percentage change for anything from the original thing to the change one. Change means from the original there's been a change, right? So change by original is always a change percentage. Change percentage. So these are all what? What are all of these?
Change in percentage.
Percentage in the
Change percentages.
change percentage the price.
Then never in your whole life you're asked to find change percentages. All you have to do is how much was the original price, what is the difference between the original price and the current price. So the difference by the original price is the into 100, obviously. Into 100 is the percentage, right? So this is the change percentages, be it for price, be it for demand, be it for salary, be it for your height, be it for your age, be it for your hair, be it for your high weight, be it for your anything, right? Be it for your revenues, be it for your profits, be it for your costs, right? Any numbers. If you want to find out the change percentage, all you have to know is how much is the original price, what is the current price. That's it. From which price to which price. That's it, right? So all you have to find out is that. And now, can you tell me in all of these things, when in all of these 5 situations, when will be the demand increasing and when will be the demand decreasing? Fast. Yeah, fast. Do I get an answer?
In the last two cases, demand will increase, sir. Rest all demand will decrease. The last two, sorry.
Just a moment. Yeah. The last two, is it?
Yeah, in the last two, demand will increase.
Why down?
The price is decreasing, sir. So the demand will increase.
Demand will increase because prices.
Decreasing.
Okay. By how much percentage will decrease? By how much percentage
22.
it decrease?
22.
Price decreased by 22.22%. Understand?
Yeah.
Right? So have this perspective. Percentage change. For 22.22 percentage change in price, that means for 22.22 percentage decrease in price, there will be some change in demand also. So from some units of demand, the demand also will change to a new current demand. So we'll have to find out the percentage change in demand also, right? So when we combine these two, we have found out codes, and we've put ourselves a lot of structures so that we could remember these concepts, right? So now let's just jump into the whole chapter in the textbook format. Textbook format nahi hai. Textbook format ही actually. So all the notes that I make is straight away from the ICI material that is available on the internet. You could also have the source to the ICI material. I just studied that and I just learned all of these things. Cool. So yeah, and I'll ask some questions in the meanwhile. Whom do I have? Helena,
Yes, sir.
can you give me the key points of what all you have understood till now? Okay, I have understood this. Okay, and then after that I learned this, and after that this, or how many of this you want, right? So name these thises.
The law of demand is the 2 points. When the price decreases, the demand will increase. When the price increases, the demand will decrease. That is the law of demand.
Yeah.
I understood
Correct. Exactly.
then the change in the percentage formula is the difference between the price by the actual price into 100.
Difference between the price. Okay, let me just let me just show you whatever you told. You said difference between the
actual price and the present price by the actual price
and current price. Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Current price is a better name. Yeah. Divided by?
Actual price into 100.
Okay, cool. So it's I wanted to clarify one thing, that it's not always price. It could be anything, like I told you, right? So yeah, here it is a difference between the original or the actual price and the current price. Lovely, man. And this is called what?
Change percentage formula.
Yeah, man. Right? How do you find out the percentage change? Cool. Lovely. That's it. I've only taught law of demand and percentage change method, right? And cool. Nandini, so did you hear whatever Helena proposed? Helena said
Yes.
regarding what she understood till now.
He said the law of demand, when price the product decrease, the quantity demand of the product increase,
Yeah, man.
and when the price of the product increase, the quantity demand of the product decrease.
Correct, Nandini.
And the person is how to convert the percentage.
Absolutely correct. So we've learned these three things. One as a law of demand, and the other thing is how to find out the percentage change. Cool.
Yes, sir.
Lovely. So let's see what the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India wants us to learn or go through to clear CA Foundation Economics exam, right? So he wants us to go through this concept called elasticity of demand, and let's just go right away. Um, I assuming I did not share this thing, and I'm right away sharing it with you. Or if you see this thing, right? So if you guys are in phones, you'll be able to zoom it as how much of you want. And if you guys are on laptops, I'm sure it's all right. And let's just start. Cool. So what is the elasticity of demand? The elasticity of demand is defined as the responsiveness of the quantity demanded of a good to changes in one of the variables on which demand depends. Elasticity of demand is defined as responsiveness of the quantity demanded. So there is one thing already. What? Quantity. I don't know why is it coming itna bada. Quantity demanded. One thing is quantity demanded. Yeah. One thing is quantity demanded, and the other thing is the responsiveness of the quantity demanded of the good to the changes in one of the variables on which demand depends. The second thing is saying that variables on which demand depends, right? Yeah. You wanna increase this thing? This is good. Yeah. Cool. So yeah, let's go to 25. Hey, nice. Right? So what are the two things he's telling us? There is this quantity demanded, and there is something called variables on which demand depends. For those who know variables on which demand depends, for a change in any of the variable is something that keeps on changing, no? So to change in any of the variable, if there is any change in variables, be it price, okay, let me just tell you. So Nandini and Helena, right? So the demand of a product literally depends on so many variables functioning together, right? So um, so the demand for a product is primarily dependent on something called, what's the first thing, guys? What's the first thing? The demand for a variables is primarily dependent on demand dependence, right? The first thing, the primary for any product, the demand for the product is primarily dependent on the price of the product, right? So on the price, based on the price of the product, the demand will be there. We've just seen that, right? At one price, it has a different demand, but at a different price, there's a different demand. So the price of the product will definitely have a an influence on the quantity demanded of that good. Along additional to the price of the demand, there is also something which says price of related goods. So along with the price of the good, the price of the related goods will also influence the demand for the or influence the quantity demanded of that good. So what could be the related goods? For this computer, this camera, this mouse is a related good, right? And to run this thing, I also need a phone. So this is a related good, right? But Lenovo is my computer. I could also use an Apple computer, right? So Apple is also related to me. What if Lenovo is 50,000 rupees, Apple is 40,000 rupees? What if Apple was 40,000 rupees? I would, I would demand Apple, no? Then 1 unit of quantity demanded for Lenovo goes down because of related goods. It could either be a competing good or it could be a related good, complementary good, right? So complementary goods are those which we use together to have higher benefits, and competing goods are those which have the exact same benefit, right? So competing goods multiply the benefits, and complementary goods multiply the benefit, and competing goods are a replacement of benefit. An Apple computer, a Lenovo computer, right? So I could use any computer, right? But for any computer, I would require a mouse, a camera, and all of that stuff, right? So the price of these related goods also will influence my demand. Yeah, bro, Apple phone is good, but all the products of Apple are very costly, man. Let's go to Samsung, right? So the price of the phone is still okay, but the price of the related goods still influence the quantity demanded of Apple phones that day, right? The same way, there is something called the next one. What is the next one, guys?
Income of the consumer.
Lovely, da. Income of the consumer. Who has to buy these goods, man? Consumers only, no? Right? Who is a consumer? I'll ask the question. What's Nandini?
Yes, sir.
Nandini, did you ever hear of this word called consumer?
Yes, sir. We are the consumer. We are getting buying.
Okay. Did you ever hear a word called customer? Did you ever hear heard the word called customer?
Yes, sir.
So who are you? Or who is a customer? Who is a consumer? Helena, you should also answer the same next thing. Who's a customer? Who's a consumer? I'll give you 50 seconds. Okay. I don't have a timer. Do I have a timer? Okay. Just a moment. I don't have a timer. But hey, I
We
have
are
a timer.
customers, sir.
Okay. No, I don't know who. I don't want whom you are. Try differentiating between Okay. Why are you a consumer? You are a customer or consumer?
Customers, sir.
Okay. Whom to your customer? Okay. Do you want to refer to some situation or something? Any example or anything is fine, because that's why I am customer. I'm telling like that. Any logic? What's your logic? What's the logic behind you saying that you are a customer? Okay. Fast. Okay, I'll tell you, right. So all of you use sanitary pads, right, during the PMS thing. Now assume you call your dad or you call your mom or on the way, or your brother, and said that get those pads for me, right? Now your brother is going to the medical shop and getting you the sanitary pads, and then you are using that, right? So your brother is the customer of the product, right? And you are the consumer of the product. If you go directly and buy those pads, you are both the customer and the consumer. Clear? The concept between customer and consumer?
Yes, sir.
All of you? Lovely. So that is the customer and the consumer. So income of the consumer or the customer, anything is fine here. Right? Based on the income of the consumer, only the customer will go and buy. No, in case the customer is not the consumer, anything is fine. Because if a father buys small small napkins for their kids, what do you call them? Sanitary. Those are also sanitary napkins only, So all those Pampers and all of that stuff, it's not based on the income of the consumer. No, it's based on the income of the customer. The father will buy the pads and stuff, right? So it could be the income of the consumer or the customer, not a problem. So this guy has to have the income to buy my product, no? Yeah, the price is okay for him. The price of related goods is okay for him, but he does not have income, da. Right? But it's like we all know, right, bro? If in this area now it is available for 25 lakhs, I'll buy that house, bro. But now it's not 50 lakhs, 80 lakhs, 1 crore. In that costly area, if now it is 50 lakhs rupees, somewhere with the where one flat is 25 crores, you go and say like, bro, if now it is available 50 lakhs, also I'll buy, take loan and buy that, right? So, so you know that yeah, this price is correct, 50 lakhs, I'll buy this thing, right? But do you have that income? Right, so your income also will influence the demand for a certain product, right? And along with the income of the consumer, there's something called, what is something called? Taste,
And preferences of the consumer.
yeah, and preferences of the customer or consumer. No, here is a consumer only, no, because his taste only will matter, right? Not his taste. My mom bought so many t-shirts without my taste. It could be customer or consumer, right? Yeah, so taste and preference of the customer or consumer. So what this guy wants to tell us, the today people are liking um, fit clothes and stuff. So there is a demand for these fit clothes. But in 1990, in 2000 and stuff, there was a demand for bell-bottom pants. There was a demand for bell-bottom pants, right? So back then, bell-bottom pants were in great demand. Then also clothes were there. Then also there was an option of fit clothes, but still. So there was a phase where bell-bottom pants. All of you know of bell-bottom pants.
Yeah, sir.
Anyone who doesn't know bell-bottom pants, say no. All of you know bell-bottom pants. Okay, cool. So there was a bell-bottom. I used to wear like when I was like little young. Then then only these things came, and that was the first like bell-bottoms were there from very old, 1975 or something like that, right? So yeah, but it extended now. There are no bell-bottoms now. We are all into fit jeans and skinny jeans and stuff, right? So yeah, so tastes and preferences, as the taste and preference of the consumers change, the demand for any product could change, right? So the taste and preferences of the consumer also will influence the demand for any product, right? And then we have something called
Expectations of consumer.
lovely, the whoever that is. Who's that? Sorry?
Bhavani, sir.
Bhavani, nice. Nice, Bhavani. So, what were these? The price of the product, the price of the related goods, income of the consumer. Array, let me just give you a clear picture of what we were talking about. Okay, Baba? Right, so what is this thing called expectations? Right? How are consumers' expectations influencing the demand for my product? If I am selling onions, right, and consumers are expecting that the price of the onions will increase in the next week, which I don't know, he doesn't know, but he's expecting that the price will increase in the next week, so he wants to buy so many onions today only, right? Or this guy is expecting that the price of the products is going to be so less in the next week, he's buying very minimum quantities this week, that next week he'll buy more quantity, right? So based on his expectations, that could be true or not true, and I don't have to do anything with his expectations, right? So I'm just a person who's selling goods, and my goods quantity demand will be based on their expectations, their taste and preferences, their choice to price of the related goods, their income, right? So many, like these five, there's so many things called variables. These are all variables that mix together to become a demand of the quantity. So after saying that, okay, last year we've sold 50,000 units, right? Arre, arre. Just a moment, let me just go through. Yeah, yeah, right, cool. So if someone says that last year our sales were rupees kya 1 lakh units. So what is this 1 lakh units? What is this 1 lakh units? That means the actual demand last year was 1 lakh units. That means so many variables mixed on the inside the people's minds, and my quantity had a demand of 1 lakh units. Right? So all these variables mixed, and the result is 1 lakh units. So like this, for any product or any service, all these things: price of the product or service, price of the related product or the related service, price, income of the consumer, taste and preference of the consumer, and expectations are just five variables amongst all the variables, right? So these variables, for any change in this variables he was talking about, right? So for any change in this variables, so responsiveness to the quantity demanded of a good to changes in one of the variables on which demand depends, right? So to change in any of the variable change, how much has the demand affected? How much has the demand responded, right? And what do you mean by respond, guys? Nida, what do you think respond is? Did I tell you what is the difference between respond and react? Nida,
Yeah, sir.
did I already tell you the difference between
No, no,
respond and
sir.
react? Okay, cool.
No.
So uh, all of you know that we have two words called respond and react. No, assume assume if you were, am I visible to you guys? Right. So if I do this thing, there was some reaction. No, really, why did you just do it? Right. So the next natural thing that happens to a change in the environment is called reaction. Natural. This happens naturally. Like if even if you blinked an eye when I did this thing, no, that is a natural change, right? Or if you went like this, that's a natural change. If someone is like literally in person's face, and if you do this thing, we just do something, right? So that is a reaction. So naturally, whatever the change happens within you, that is a reaction, right? But did you go and hit him back? Or if you were right in front of me and I did this thing, will you hit me back? Right? You won't hit me back because you will think, no, that he was just showing an example to explain reaction. Right? That's why I'm not hitting him back. Right? Else I will also hit him back. Right? So what is response? Is the response is the result in analyzing that reaction. So there's a change in me also. How should I respond? Right? I got frightened, but should I hit him back or what? Or no? So you keeping calm and silent is your response that you're not hitting me. Right? So that's your response. Right? That's the difference between reaction and response. Right? So here they're talking about response. So if you're changing the price, so what is the result of change in the demand? How will the response was the result? No, what you did, you stayed calm. So the result is the response, right? The same way, what is the result of change for a change in any of the variable? What is the result of change in demand? So all you're wanting to find in elasticity is what is the effect on quantity demanded of the product. Clear, all of you? So the whole and soul thing, that's why elasticity as a concept. See, the elasticity of demand is defined as the responsiveness of the quantity demanded of a good to changes in any of the variables, any one of the variables also on which the demand depends. Right? So many variables are there on anything, right? So how for any change in any of the variable, how will the demand respond? Right? Cool. Then more precisely, the elasticity of the demand, more precisely, the elasticity of the demand is the percentage change in quantity demanded divided by the percentage change in one of the variables in which the demand depends. What is it telling? Dude, we have so many new meme songs, like new meme sounds and stuff. Every day you open Instagram or Facebook or something like that, it's just great. Yeah. So what is he telling now? Yeah. Chalo. Yeah, अच्छी बात है. Yeah. So what are we talking about? The precise meaning of elasticity of demand. So elasticity of demand is nothing but the percentage change in the quantity demanded. Just a moment. Okay. Yeah. So the elasticity of demand is the percentage change. Yeah. The percentage change in the quantity demanded by the percentage change in one of the variables on which demand depends. So you are technically dividing what? You are dividing a percentage divided by a percentage. So you also know the percentage change in the price. You take the percentage change in the variable. Assume one variable is price. No? So there's a change in the price. So we find out the percentage change in the price first. And percentage change in demand. Original demand, current demand, original demand, current demand by original demand into 100. So this percentage change, and I divide this. So this percentage by this percentage is what? Is elasticity. Just for fun, open your calculators and find out what is the result for 50% divided by 45%. What is the calculator giving you as the answer? Fast, guys. I'll also open my calculator. Right.
1.11.
Yep. So the same thing, no? 1.111. Now, all of you got the same answer, or anyone got a different answer? So for those who didn't do in the phone, an easier way of doing this is 50% is how much? 50 by 100, no? So that is nothing but 0.5.
5.
Yeah. And 45 by 100 is 0.45.
4, 5.
So what do I have to do? 50 by 45, no? So 0.5 divided by 0.45. It is 1.111111. All of you got the same answer?
Yeah, sir.
Yes.
Lovely. Now
Yeah, sir.
let us consciously remember what do we name this new result? The 50s we've named it as the percentage change, 45 percentage change. The whole answer is the elasticity of demand. No, so this whole answer is nothing but what is this 1.1111? The elasticity of demand. Clear? This is elasticity of demand. The percentage change in the quantity demanded by the percentage change in price is 1.11111111. Right? And this 1.11 is known as the elasticity of demand. So you say, oh, the elasticity of that product is 1.1. This elasticity of this product is 0.1. Or this elasticity of product is 55, 50, 100, whatever that number is, right? So this number, the result will be that number, 1, 2, 3, any whole number, right? So we say that this is a factor when you divide percentage by percentage, right? So the result, you tell it as a, what is that result called? Factor, right? Did all of you know this in the basic math? Percentage by percentage is a factor. Ratio, this percentage by this percentage is that factor. Okay, now just learn this. So whenever you divide percentage by percentage, right? So okay, whenever you divide percentage by percentage, the result is in the form of factor. That means if assume you know that the percentage change, assume you know that the percentage change in the demand was 0.5, but you didn't know the percentage change in the price, but you know that the result is what? 2. Can you find out how much is X for me, all of you guys? Can you find out how much is X for me? Come on, guys. I got the answer.
0.25.
Point?
25.
How did you get that?
0.5 divided by 2.
Exactly. So this factor is nothing but the result of the combination of these two inputs, right? So if we know that this is the factor of this quantity demand and this price, it will always change in this factor only. So if the number becomes, if the percentage change in demand is 25, that means 0.25. Okay, let's change it. So 0.6. That means 60% there was a percentage change in quantity demanded. And tell me the percentage change in price if my thing is 2 only. Solida. Hello. Sorry.
3.
0.3, sir.
Yeah. So 0.3 is what? 30%. No. So for a 30% change in the variable, demand has responded to change to 60%. Is the answer? No. Understood, all of you? Understood, all of you?
Yes, sir.
Any
Yes,
doubts
sir.
till now?
No, sir.
So this is the elasticity concept, guys. Okay. Okay. So I wanted to show you the screen. Chalo. Nice. Few questions. Fast, 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 fast. Can you do this for me? Oh, we've already done so many of these too. So let's just check this out. As a result of a fall in price of radio from 500 to 400, assume this is rupees 500 to 400, the quantity demanded increases from 100 radios to 150 radios. Can you tell me the elasticity? It's okay. Don't find the elasticity now. Don't worry. Don't worry. Let's see this thing now. Let's just see this thing now. Assume these three situation systems. Okay. As a result of fall in price of the radio from 500 to 400, the quantity demanded increases from 100 radios to 150 radios. The second situation, as a result of the fall in price of wheat from 20 kilograms to 18 per kilogram, 20 per kilogram to 18 per kilogram, the quantity demanded increases from 500 kilograms to 520 kilograms. Now there's a third situation. As a result of fall in price of salt from 9 per kilogram to 7.5 per kilogram, the quantity demanded increases from 1000 kilograms to 1005 kilograms. So in all the three situations, the law of demand is perfectly working or not?
Working, sir.
Perfectly working, right? Now see the situation. You notice that as a result of fall in price, as a result of fall in the price of radios, the quantity demanded of radios increases. Same is the case with wheat and salt. Thus, we can say that the demand for radios, wheat, and salt all respond to price changes, right? And the difference lies in the degree of response of demand, which can be found out by comparing the percentage changes in the price of the quantity demand. So he's saying that, see, we can say that the demand for radios, wheat, and salt all respond to price changes, but the degree of response, how much did wheat respond? How much did rice respond? How much did the other one? What was the other one? Radios. How did radios respond to a price change? How did wheat respond to a price change? And how did salt respond to a price change? Like they responded differently, right? With different numbers. So here lies the concept of elasticity. The variables on which the demand depends are price of the commodity, price of the related commodities, income of the consumer, and other factors on which demand depends. We've just so we've just came to know about this variables, right? So thus we have price elasticity because price is a variable, cross elasticity because of the related goods. So the related goods elasticity is called cost elasticity because there's nothing wrong with the product, but there's the related products that are creating this elasticity, or with the related products that are quantity demanded of my product change. There is some change, increase or decrease. How did I change? How did I respond? So I am always quantity, or the I am always a quantity demanded. How did I change? With how much percentage did I change? Right? So with how much percentage did I change, and with how much percentage, for how much percentage change in yours, I responded to this much percentage change, is what elasticity as a concept is. Clear, guys? And for whatever is the variable, we have a name for that elasticity. If it is due to advertisement, that means you are changing the advertisement expenditure. And due to the change in the advertisement expenditure, how much was the quantity demand? Right? How much is the quantity demand change? Right? So how do we say? Assume out of nowhere, the quantity is increasing. The demand is increasing. Like the orders are increasing, the demand is increasing. You said, dude, we did not change any price because let's see, there is a change in demand, but is there any change in price? Zero, sir. No. Okay. There is a change in demand, but is there any change in the price of the related goods, sir? No, this is not cross elasticity also. Dude, there's a change in demand, but is there any change in the price of income, sir? No, sir, there's no change in the price, the income of the consumers. But then what happened? Oh, advertisement. Initially, we used to spend 50,000 rupees on advertisement. From this year, we were spending 75,000 on advertisement. That means for additional 25,000 increase in my advertisement expenditure, this result of advertisement demand has happened. So saw how elasticity as a concept made it easy for us to find out the reason due to the demand change. Right? If the demand is decreasing due to a particular reason, we'll control that. No? In the same way, we could also find out what change is affecting workably, like what change is effectively working, whether the change is effectively working or not. Right? So that is how elasticity as a concept is very important for all the management accounting students, right? All the chartered accounting students and stuff. Right? And it is to be noted that we talk of elasticity of demand unless until otherwise method, we talk of price elasticity of demand. What is he saying? Please keep yourself noted that whenever we are referring to the term called elasticity of demand, we are generally referring to the concept of price elasticity of demand. That means how much did the quantity, or how much is the quantity demand of good respond to a change in the price change. Right? So all you have to find out is percentage change in price and percentage change in demand. We've just learned to find out how percentage changes, right? All of you understood the percentage changes formula that we had, that thing. So use that tool to find out the percentage change in the variable or the price in general, and the percentage change in the demand. Original demand, the difference between the original demand and the current demand by the original demand. Yeah, Bhavani, thank you. Now, price elasticity of demand. Check this out. Bhavani, do you want to read this thing?
Yeah, sir.
Yeah.
Price elasticity. Price elasticity of demand expresses the response of quantity demanded of a good towards change in its price given the consumer's income, his taste and prices of all other goods are constant.
Just a moment. What did he say? The response of the quantity demanded of a good. That means the quantity demand of a good is changing. So how did the quantity demand of a good respond to a change in the price given all the other things? That means his income, his tastes and preferences, and all the other influences that are influencing the demand. Given it is constant, along with the price, how much is it changing? So when you're talking about price elasticity of demand, so you're trying to tell that due to the change in price, that there's this much amount of change in demand, right? Continue.
It is measured as percentage change in quantity demanded divided by the percentage change in price, other things remaining equal.
When other things are remaining equal, is there any change in them? No, the change in them is zero. So all you have to find out is change in the demand by change in price. Change in demand is always on top because you're trying to find out how much is the change in demand, right? So find out a change in price and see what's the change in demand and then get a factor, right? Or if you have the factor, then you can tell that, okay, this is the factor, is it? So if you change by price by this much will be the demand change because you already know the factor, no? If you change price, if you increase price by this much, your demand will decrease by this much. I'm telling you because this is the factor. Or if you have this percentage change in demand and percentage change in price, find out the factor. Or that factor is also known as elasticity of demand. Artha aita?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so check this out. This is in the notes that is given to you. I'm going to send you this notes again. Hey, do I have Pavani? Shit, Pavani is not from. Okay, good. Yeah. Do you guys want to take a note of this down or let's continue? Because I am going to in which ways give you this thing. Price elasticity is EP, percentage change in quantity demanded by percentage change in price. What is EP? Change in quantity by original quantity into 100. This is percentage of change in quantity demanded. And change in price by original price into 100 is a percentage change in price. Or change in quantity by original quantity into original price, change in price, blah, blah, blah. We do this thing. So delta Q by Q and P by delta Q. That's just the flow. You just do that thing and this will be, you'll be able to find out what is elasticity. That whole numbers. The result will always be that numbers when you do this formula. Right? It is 1 or 2 or 3. It's not 1% or 2%. Right? Whatever it's 0.5, it is 0.5. Clear? So, yeah. Can I get the answer for these right away? For these two questions, actually. What's this answer? First answer. Now, what's the question, dude? Oh, I'm sorry. Find the coefficient of price elasticity. Coefficient of price elasticity is that only the factor. How much is the factor?
1.
1. All of you agree with 1 as the coefficient of price elasticity is? All of you? Is 1 the coefficient of price elasticity of demand for this product?
Sir, I got 0.4.
Okay, nice. We've got different numbers. Let's see. 1, 0.4 and anything else? Fast.
1.50.
1.50. Anything else?
1.5.
1.50 again. Okay. Anything else? How many students I have? I have 5 students. Why do I only have 4 answers? Solida. Hello. Sorry?
1.5.
1.5 only. Okay. Chalo. Let's see. Now, what did we just tell? Saying that. Okay, let's just do one thing. Sorry. Yeah. So what is the question? Price elasticity of demand, no? So what is the answer for that? The formula is percentage change in quantity demanded divided by percentage change in price, right? So individually I have to find out the percentage change in quantity demand and quantity price. So how much is that? So percentage change in quantity demanded is how much? Can someone tell? Change in demand by original demand. How much is the change in demand, guys? How much is the change in demand? So the price of the commodity decreases from rupees 6 to 4 and the quantity demand of the good increases from 10 units to 15 units. So the change in demand is 15 minus 10, the current demand minus the original demand, right? Divided by what was the original demand? 10. So which is 5 by 10 is equal to 0.5. Am I correct or wrong? Now, this is the percentage change in quantity demanded. Now, what is the percentage change in price? Percentage change in price. That means 50%. This is 50%, no? Percentage change in price, how much? The same thing. Change in price by original price. How much is the change in price?
2.
Yes, from rupees 6 to it became rupees 4. So the change in price is 6 minus 4 divided by 6 is how much? 2 by 6 is equal to point 0.33.
0.33.
Sorry?
33.
0.33.
Okay, 0.33. Now, yeah, so this is a percentage change in price, that is 33%, and the percentage change in demand is 50%. 0.5 is 50%, no, because we didn't do 100 here, right? So if we did 100 here, into 100 is how much? 50.
50.
The same way, into 100 is how much?
33.
33%.
0.33.
Exactly. So what do we have to find out? The percentage change in demand by percentage change in price, right? So that becomes, how much is the percentage change in the quantity demanded? 50% divided by
23%.
33%, and which is equals to 50 by 33,
1.5.
1.51.
1.5. Clear? For those who said, "Arey wo kahan gaya?" The numbers, yeah, other than 1.5, right? Understood the 1.5 logic of how 1.5 is the coefficient of price elasticity. This is the coefficient of price elasticity. Clear, all of you?
Yes, sir.
So,
Okay, so those who got the different answers, you guys are clear? Who got the different answers?
Me, sir.
Me in the, who's me? Nandini and Helena, is it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Nandini and Helena, you understood how to use all this information? Mostly they'll give you the percentage term. They'll give you, you don't have to find out every time this many times. but mostly they'll give you the percentages. Okay. Yep. Now, are you seeing the screen? Cool. I don't have the whiteboard. Yeah, sure. Oh, see, this guy is already given. So tell me the answer for this.
3%.
3%.
3%.
Are you sure, guys? Are you sure? What's it? Yeah, determine the elasticity and comment on its value, it seems. What do you mean by comment on its value? What do you think by that? Okay, what first determine its elasticity. Let's determine its elasticity now.
3%, sir.
3%. 3%. Can elasticity be 3%?
Okay, only 3.
Yeah.
3.
How much is the percentage change in quantity demanded?
15.
How much? 15. Divided by percentage change in the quantity, percentage change in the
Price.
price is equal to
5%.
5%. 15 by 5 equals to kahan pe? Equals to 3. This is the coefficient of elasticity. 3 is the factor. So so if you change the price by 5%, 15% demand will be changed. That means if you increase the price by 5%, 15% demand will decrease. If you decrease by price by 5%, 15% demand will increase. Clear? In this situation. Understood, all of you?
Yes, sir.
That is
Yes,
the
sir.
concept of elasticity and the coefficient elasticity, coefficient of that number. Okay, the meaning of this coefficient. Now, yeah, and this one we have to find out the whole thing. Oh, calculate the new quantity demanded. Can I find? Can you please? Let's do this thing, man. Let's do this thing together. Okay. Yeah. What do we need, guys? What is the question asking? Guys, what is the question asking? Calculate the new quantity demanded. Where all did we use this number called new quantity demanded? Can you tell me fast? Where all did we use this number of new quantity demanded?
Change the
Percentage change in the quantity demanded. Right, in the concept, in finding out the percentage change in quantity demanded, we use this number called new quantity demanded. So what is the percentage change in quantity demanded? Is nothing but I'm assuming new demand minus old demand divided by old demand, right? So this I'll have to substitute somewhere. So do I have the other numbers as well? What do I have the percentage change in price?
So 1.5.
Yeah, let's just fill these with numbers, okay? What is a new, we don't know the new demand, right? New demand minus, what is the old demand? 30 divided by 30, okay? And percentage change in price? How much is the percentage change in price?
1.5.
Guys, sorry,
1.5.
all of you, the percentage change in price is 1.5 means, what do you mean by 1.5? 1.5 percentage? 1.5 percentage? What is the number? What is the change? 40, right?
Yes,
40 divided by from 100 to 60, from 100, no? This is 40%. What was 1.5, Nida?
Price elasticity of demand.
Okay, the price elasticity of demand is 1.5. It's already given, no? I was asking the percentage change in price of demand. So, and the price is already, oh, the price elasticity is already given, it seems, is price elasticity is ND minus 30 divided by 30 whole divided by, right? Whole divided by 40% is equal to how much? 1.5. Now can you substitute this, guys? Can you tell me how much is the new demand now? All of you. So how to do this? I'll tell you. So first என்ன பண்றோம்? 40% is downstairs, right? So from downstairs, let's send it to this. So ND minus okay. So now ND minus 30 is equal to 1.5 into 40%. How much is that? 1.5 into 40%? Do calculators. 1.5 into 40%. All of you have your calculators beside? You must be having by now. Yeah, fast.
0.6.
Sorry?
0.6.
0.6 is it? Okay. Now we have ND by 30 is equal to 0.6. Now I shall also send this 30 to the right hand side, right? So let's do that. ND minus 30 is equal to 0.6 into how much? You know, how much is 0.6 into 30?
18, sir.
Lovely. So ND minus 30 is equal to 18. Sorry. How much is ND, guys?
48.
18 plus
30.
so ND is
48.
is it rupees 48? What is 48?
Price.
Price is it? 48 is the price?
Quantity demanded.
Quantity demand,
Yeah.
sir.
So what is the
Quantity.
Yeah, so 48 units it is, no?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. That's how we find out the new quantity demanded. The same formula. You just have to substitute and substitute and substitute. Clear, all of you? Now, yeah. Okay, so the next concept is interpretation of these numerical values. So when we are doing all these sums, Noda, right? When we're doing these sums, no, this sum, or this sum, right? 1.5 here, or 3 here, right? और यहाँ पे क्या है? Yeah. Right? So what are these? This is 48 units, yeah. This is 3, right? So the result is 3. The coefficient, you know, all of you know coefficient meaning, no? The one that stays before the bracket is the coefficient, no? So coefficient means the units. How many chocolates do you have? 2 chocolates, sir. 2 is the coefficient for chocolates. Right? How many kgs do you require? 10 kgs, sir. So 10 is the coefficient of the amount of rice. So here, what is the coefficient of elasticity? 3. Clear? That's why, so this is the 3. So what do you mean by 3? So here he gave this thing, no, comment on its value. What do you mean by 3, man? Tell me. You're telling that 3 is the like, you know, elasticity of the demand. What do you mean by 3, right? So that is why we need to interpret what these results are. What is this 3 and what is this 1.5? What does this mean, right?